Breaking news, new updates in regards of Trump and him trying to end birthright citizenship. Let's jump right into the first video.
Donald Trump just suffered a massive defeat in court over birthright citizenship as a judge has blocked his executive order issuing a nationwide injunction. Now, if you missed it, the Supreme Court recently ruled that a district court judge cannot issue nationwide injunctions, specifically about birthright citizenship, saying that they could only issue an injunction in the state where plaintiffs brought a suit. Well, a judge in New Hampshire found a loophole. He granted the plaintiffs in a lawsuit in New Hampshire class action status, which made it a nationwide lawsuit and thereby granting him the ability to issue an injunction nationwide. Now, Donald Trump is going to flip out when he sees this. But here's the bigger problem. Why is the Supreme Court dragging their feet on this case? Donald Trump is trying to undo the Constitution through executive order by ending birthright citizenship. Why is the Supreme Court not immediately taking this case and settling it?
Ouch.
It is absolutely atrocious that they're just allowing this to go on.
It's crazy.
Donald Trump just...
It's crazy. This is so scary for a lot of people. It's scary mainly for people who are tech workers because, their parents, some of them are not legal. They're parents. And they are basically U.S. citizens. They were born here, but their parents are not legal. So this Trump order of trying to end birthright citizenship could affect them for the worse. It's just a lot going on. It's crazy. Let's read some comments real quick. Let's read the first comment. This one says, the Supreme Court is going to give him, Trump, what he wants. They work for him. Ouch. Which is terrible. That's true. This person says, because the Supreme Court got bought out by all the billionaires. Track the money. I feel you. This person says because the judges don't have the guts to stand up against Trump, they were bought and paid for, and they've gotten away with it. Ay, ay, ay. All right, next video.
A federal judge has just blocked Trump's attempt to end birthright citizenship nationwide. I say that because if you remember, the Supreme Court not too long ago ruled that you couldn't do a nationwide injunction. But he did. Let's back up for a second here. What is exactly birthright citizenship? That is, you being born in this country, you automatically get U.S. citizenship. This judge is now issuing a preliminary injunction indefinitely blocking the Trump Day 1 order from being enforced against born and unborn babies who could be impacted by this policy. Which once again brings us back to what didn't the Supreme Court say that there could be no nationwide injunction? There's a loophole. If you are going after someone with a class action across multiple states, then yes, you can get a nationwide injunction. And that is exactly what's happening here. And as the judge says here, when it comes to a U.S. citizenship, it is, quote, the greatest privilege that exists in the world.
Yeah.
And yes, babies who are born or about to be born shouldn't be stuck in a system in which they won't know if they're going to be U.S. citizens. 100%.
Ouch.
I'll be sure to keep you guys updated, though, so please do share my videos and follow me for more. A federal judge has just...
so this information was just released. This judge blocking Trump's executive order. It's crazy. Trump's not going to be happy. I'll tell you that. He's not going to be happy. Let's read some comments real quick. First comment says, I'm glad our judicial branch is still fighting nonstop for us and our Constitution. I feel you. That's a good thing. That's their job, right? This person says, my parents aren't illegal. I was born in Arizona, but still scary because what's going to come after this? We have literally done nothing but work every day. That's Lord have mercy. That's, I don't know. Maybe some more comments real quick. The administration will just ignore this or slow it down via the judicial branch, the judicial system. Excuse me, can't read today. I'm okay with following the European model for citizenship. They do it based off bloodline rather than land rights. This person says, so Canadians and Europeans can just come, give birth, and get a American passport. This is so unfair. I feel you. It's a lot. It's a lot. eject Trump and Vance now. Never permit them back in the country. This is wild. Last comment. Trump doesn't care about the feds, about the federal judges. He owns the Supreme Court. People keep saying that. One more comment. How can illegal aliens be in a class action lawsuit? Oh my God. They are not citizens, so why would their kids be citizens? It's a lot. It's a lot. Next video. It's a lot. It's a lot.
We have breaking news now. A federal judge is temporarily blocking President Trump's executive order ending birthright citizenship. The New Hampshire judge says he will certify a class action lawsuit on behalf of all the children affected by President Trump's EO and issue a preliminary injunction blocking it. You might remember just last month, the Supreme Court allowed President Trump to move forward on that executive order and limited the authority of federal judges to block the order without a class action. Let's bring in ABC News DC Bureau Managing Editor, along with ABC News contributor and legal analyst James Sample. So, Catherine, walk me through the details of this judge's order and what the judge is saying here.
Yeah, so this is an interesting one. There was a hearing in New Hampshire, about an hour-long hearing in New Hampshire, where the judge went over his order here. And what this is doing is blocking the Trump administration's executive order that was issued, of course, on February 20th. So when that is when anybody who was born in the United States after that executive order was signed. So that's who this applies to. So it's important to point out that this lawsuit was filed in New Hampshire last month. It was brought on behalf of pregnant immigrants, 2 immigrant parents and their infants. Now, you just mentioned that it does come after the Supreme Court's order, or ruling, if you will, on the nationwide injunctions. Of course, this ruling comes from a federal judge in New Hampshire, but it does come after the Supreme Court's order. Now, what's interesting here is that the Supreme Court's order did leave the door open for challenges to seek relief by filing class action lawsuits, and that's what we are looking at here. So while the court did generally block this practice of nationwide injunctions, it did have those specific carve-outs. This is not a nationwide injunction. So these class action suits that you're seeing today essentially will achieve that same effect. So it will be interesting to see, of course, how this plays out through the courts, through the appeals courts, and how the appeals courts interpret the Supreme Court's ruling as it relates to this. But right now, of course, the judge is issuing this block on this executive order from going into effect for certain classes of people.
We have breaking news now.
Wow. Let's hit the comments. This person says, protect that federal judge at all costs. I mean, this is good news for some people in this situation, man. I just cannot imagine being in this situation. I just can't. That is tough. Pray for that judge. What is that judge's name, first of all? I have to find that out. Oh, excuse me.
We have breaking news.
I have to find that out. What did I last leave right here? The person says, finally, some good news out of New Hampshire. I'm scrolling too fast. This person says, they keep trying and they keep failing. Just adding Trump's win up on after another. I feel you. What a lovely judge. What's their name? Like, who is this person? I have to find out what judge is this. Because that's going to really help a lot of people right now. I'm putting a stop to this. Whenever there are 2 parents that came here illegally but have a child here, that is American. Whenever those parents are deported, their child is forced to stay here and will be orphaned. That's why he's removing it. Yeah, I mean, but look, they can take the kid with them. You know what I mean? Like, no one's taking the kid away from the family. The kid doesn't have to stay here. It doesn't have to stay here. It can go with the parents back to their country. So I'm not sure if I agree with that 100%. The kids can go with the parents. Absolutely. Class action is the only way to go to, I'm not sure what this means, surpass the corrupted. I'm not sure what this person's saying. Something about surpassing corruption. Maybe I just can't read. I'm not sure what this means or this. Anyway, next video.
We're following this breaking news impacting President Trump's immigration policy. In just the last hour here in New Hampshire, a federal judge issued a nationwide block against the president's order to end birthright citizenship. So that judge granted the plaintiff's bid for class action status, but ruled that the protected class does not include the parents of the children whose citizenship would be threatened. Last month, the Supreme Court limited the power of lower courts to issue nationwide injunctions, but allowed parties to seek a block of the order through class action lawsuits. So then we go to California. Several groups, including the city of Los Angeles, are suing the Trump administration over immigration raids. A hearing on the case will be heard there this afternoon.
So a lot, man. Get some more comments real quick. This person says, no more gatekeeping. Just go and read the book, The Money Trance by Bill Boston, and thank me later for changing your life. I may have to check that out. This person says it's in the Constitution. I'm sorry, it's in the U.S. Constitution. He cannot just change it because he doesn't like it. I feel you. I'm still trying to really wrap my head around. I thought once it's written in the Constitution, you just can't, change something. But apparently this is a reality because Trump is trying to change the Constitution literally with his executive order. So I'm still learning like everybody else, man, but I thought that was how it works. Once it's written in the Constitution, that's it. You can't change it. So, interesting times. This person says, we all chase money, but we live in trance. The book, The Money Trance. I just read this. No, someone just said the same thing. I have to check that out. Bill Boston shows everything he could ever imagine. Interesting. District judges can't issue nationwide injunctions or injunction. Ouch, something just bit me. It's a lawsuit that they'll be doing. It's a lawsuit that will do nothing. Excuse me. Has no authority. Trump has no authority. That's what you probably meant. Does it really matter? The corrupt Supreme Court will overturn it. It's a lot, man. It's a whole. I keep saying that because this is breaking news, first of all. But man. I'm just grateful that I'm not in this situation where I can sleep good at night. Sucks to say that, but I'm grateful that I don't have to deal with this type of stuff. Just being in a situation where you can get your status revoked, basically. Or if you're a parent and you're having children here, and the child may not receive the benefits of having, U.S. status here, or just being a citizen. Hope I'm making sense. If not, I do apologize. But a lot going on. Anyway, like I said, tech workers are being affected by this for the worse. And it's tough. It is tough. But thanks for watching this video. Thank you for watching. I post on LinkedIn. I post on TikTok and Instagram. Feel free to reach out to me on those platforms if you wish to do so. I have a website where we have our email list available. I would love for you to join the email list. I'm trying to make this into a community off the platform, off YouTube. So I very much encourage you to join the email list to stay connected with this channel. It is a responsibility. If the channel goes away, if it gets deleted, we lose contact. So if you don't want that, make sure you're part of the email list as a member. And my name is Ario D Juice. Thanks for watching this video. Much love to you. Peace out. Be safe out there.